If there is a single figure who captures the contradictions of the Second Mexican Empire, it may well be Matthew Fontaine Maury. Today he is best remembered as one of the founders of modern oceanography. But in 1861, Maury chose secession. 4 years later, following the collapse of the Confederate States of America, Maury, like other prominent Southerners, was coming to terms with the consequences of having served the rebellion. As an officer in the Confederate Navy, Maury had developed naval mines and electric torpedoes credited with wreaking havoc on vessels of the U.S. Navy, but he also played a prominent role abroad, putting his name and reputation to work as a lobbyist for the Confederacy. He was in London in 1865 when the Confederate capital of Richmond fell and Robert E. Lee surrendered. In early May he left London for Havana, hoping to make his way to Galveston, Texas, to join Confederate forces still in rebellion. But by the time he reached Havana, that option seemed closed. Rather than return to the United States and face an uncertain future, he chose exile. On May 24th, he boarded the Atrato, a vessel that would carry him from Havana to Veracruz, Mexico. In choosing Mexico, Maury was following a well-trodden path. At the beginning of the Civil War, many wealthy Confederate families had sought safety and comfort in Europe. For those not quite so well off, migration to Mexico offered a more immediate option. When New Orleans fell in 1862, some displaced Southerners settled in Veracruz, establishing one of the earliest Confederate refugee enclaves in Mexico. After Lee's surrender at Appomattox, Confederates unreconciled with the defeat looked to the trans-Mississippi West, notably Texas and the U.S.-Mexico borderlands, as a haven from which to continue a resistance. Jefferson Davis, president of the former Confederacy, attempted to join them but was apprehended on his way there. After Juneteenth and the gradual closing off of the U.S. Southwest as a base of resistance, Confederate refugees looked beyond Texas for yet another refuge, Imperial Mexico. Created by Europeans in concert with conservative Mexicans while the United States was distracted by its Civil War, Imperial Mexico beckoned as a final option for a base of operations, as a more durable refuge from federal power, or as a new homeland for the Southern way of life.